Meet a human in their natural modern habitat, alone in pajamas, eating cereal straight out of the box at 2 in the morning, and convincing themselves that their houseplant, Bob, is actually a fantastic listener. If you've spent a long stretch feeling isolated, you might start worrying that your brain is slowly turning into mush. But when researchers recently scanned close to 40,000 brains, what they found was kinda hilarious, slightly alarming, and definitely surprising. It turns out your brain isn't shutting down at all. In fact, it's throwing a high-energy, caffeine-fueled party inside your skull without inviting you. In one of the largest brain imaging studies ever conducted on the subject, scientists at McGill University analyzed UK biobank data from nearly 40,000 people. They were hunting for what they called a lonely brain signature. Now, standard logic would suggest that a lonely brain should shrivel up like a forgotten raisin left in the sun. But the study found the exact opposite. Lonely individuals actually showed larger gray matter volume in a region called the default mode network. Not only that, but the neural connections within this network were significantly stronger, not weaker.
So why on earth would loneliness make a part of your brain grow bigger? Welcome to the brain's overtime department. The default mode network is the system you use for daydreaming, memory recall, and imagining what other people are thinking. When you don't have real human beings to talk to in real life, this network doesn't just switch off to rest, it goes into total overdrive. Since you aren't getting live social interactions, your brain invents its own internal reality show to compensate. It replays that super awkward high-five fail from 6 years ago.
It rehearses fake arguments in the shower, where you deliver the ultimate legendary comeback. It plans future conversations with people you haven't even met yet. It's essentially your brain saying, well, since we aren't socializing out there, I guess I'll just run a full virtual reality simulation in here. It is an evolutionary mechanism trying desperately to meet a social need that isn't being fulfilled. But while your brain's imagination department is working a 90-hour work week without overtime pay, something far weirder is happening downstairs in your physical body. UCLA researcher Steve Cole spent years studying what he calls the biology of loneliness, and his findings are wild. Chronic loneliness actually alters gene expression inside your immune cells. It turns up the genes responsible for inflammation and turns down the ones responsible for antiviral protection. Your body literally starts behaving as if it is under constant physical threat. Why would your body do something so dramatic over a quiet evening alone? Because your nervous system is still running ancient software. 5,000 years ago, being cut off from your tribe meant immediate, extreme danger. It meant predators, starvation, and no one to watch your back while you slept. Your body's ancient code doesn't understand that modern isolation just means you're bad at replying to text messages and sitting alone on a couch watching TV shows. It panics and assumes a saber-toothed tiger is hunting you down, triggering a full-body defense mode. This chronic state of false alarm causes a continuous flood of stress hormones like cortisol. Sustained cortisol exposure over long periods is known to affect the hippocampus, the brain's primary hub for memory, and can weaken the communication bridge between your alarm system, the amygdala, and your logical control center, the prefrontal cortex. That is precisely why long-term loneliness so often comes paired with overthinking, hypervigilance, and heightened anxiety. The brakes and the emergency alarm stop coordinating properly. It isn't about how many friends you have on social media, or how many people are sitting in the room with you. Loneliness is simply the gap between the connection you currently have and the connection you actually need. You can be surrounded by hundreds of people at a crowded party and still register as deeply lonely to your own nervous system. On the flip side, You can live completely alone in a cabin in the woods and not feel lonely at all. And here is the absolute best part that rarely makes the headlines. None of this is a permanent lifetime sentence. Human brains possess incredible neuroplasticity throughout our entire lives. The exact same brain that adapted to isolation by overworking its daydreaming network is fully capable of rewiring itself back the moment real, genuine connection returns. A 5-minute phone call with an old friend, a quick coffee break with a coworker, or just exchanging a warm hello with a neighbor acts like an instant reset button for your overstimulated nervous system. If this gave your brain a fresh perspective today, hit that like button, share it with someone who might need a laugh today, and comment below with one small, low-pressure way you reconnected with someone recently. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.